Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this video. Thank you for coming to News and Views by Doug. So this is my podcast, just basically my observations and opinions of world events and politics and anything else I feel like talking about. And, Iran is in the news almost every day. And we're supposed to be having a truce, but Iran doesn't seem to understand what a truce means. So apparently yesterday, an F-18, U.S. Navy F-18, fired missiles into the rudder of an Iranian ship that was trying to run the blockade in the Persian Gulf, and were able to stop it dead in the water. Well, last night, the Iranians launched a bunch of drones into Iraq, where there's a U.S. air base. It's right next to a Kurd rebel camp. And we don't have reports of any U.S. casualties, but apparently the drones did hit the camp, and we'll show you a video. Now, these videos I'm taking from other people's websites. So just so you know, I'm not coming up with original stuff.
Province, Iraq, to intercept incoming drones reportedly launched from Iran. We'll continue looking for more details on this, so let's watch the footage. You can hear the drones coming in, and then right there, impact. So you can hear the drones, and then you see the impact. Let's watch again. Right there. You can hear the explosion. We have more footage here as well. This is saying it is the targeting of Kurdish forces in Erbil, Iraq, which is where things get a little bit dicey because the Kurds and the Americans are right next to each other. They work very closely. We've worked with the Kurds going back decades. So it's unclear, to be quite honest, fair, and transparent with you all, whether or not they were aiming specifically for the U.S. locations or if they were aiming for the Kurdish locations. But either way, a large-scale attack is underway. So I'm going to play this for you so you can, here they come. Right there, explosion one. You can see a significant explosion there. Right there. That is the first explosion from this video of a direct hit confirmed. And then here is a second video from this tweet right there, explosion. Here they come, boom. And then we have more footage right here of the direct drone impacts.
That was an Iranian attack on a US base in Iraq, and that had multiple different strikes inside of Iraq, mostly going after Kurdish forces, escalating tensions in the region amid ongoing instability and cross-border attacks. Now, the reason these attacks are so interesting is because we have details of the negotiations.
But we also have been told that the United States is arming the Kurd rebels, the Iranian Kurds, and that could open up a whole new front. So, now we have the war going on at sea, in the air, politically, economically, and now we could be helping a ground offensive against the Iranian regime. So Iran keeps attacking and doing whatever the hell they want, but yet we haven't resumed any of the bombing. And we're just wondering, what is President Trump up to? He keeps talking about a truce and negotiations, waiting for the Iranians to accept our demands. But I don't think they're going to. The Iranians are very capable of trying to wait things out. That's what they've done through their entire last 47 years. Whenever there's been problems, that they're having economic sanctions and stuff, they just wait us out. And we've always allowed them to escape. We can't keep doing that. We need to help the Iranian people rise up, hence the Kurds, and get rid of this regime. Also, there's reports that drones came from Russian airspace and hit certain areas in Latvia, in Eastern Europe, which is a NATO country. And they're not saying who launched the drones. It could be one of those things where Ukrainians launched them, trying to draw more NATO aid into Ukraine against Russia. We don't know if the Russians did it. Doesn't make a lot of sense that the Russians would do it against Latvia. So, who the hell knows what's going on? But these are just some of the things that are happening in the Middle East and now Eastern Europe. And apparently the Ukrainians nailed another Russian ship, and they've nailed some buildings in Moscow. And, who knows what Putin's going to do. Putin's losing a lot of troops, and he's losing a lot of support in Moscow. But, he still has massive forces. We don't know if he's going to use them. We don't know what Putin's going to do. So anyways, folks, just a little bit of, opinions and observations from what I've seen in the last 24 hours. What's your opinion? Please like and subscribe. Give us a comment. Let us know what you think. Folks, you take care of yourselves. Be safe.